and go. What's up, guys?
Yo, what's
How's it going,
good?
bro?
All right, so I have Patrissimo and Time Linked on the podcast. They requested to be on the. Wait, was it? Did you guys request to be on the podcast? Was it you, Pat?
I did.
Okay.
Joey did, and then I wanted to jump in because I like talking with Joey.
And I know
So-
you guys from the Smash scene. I've known Time Linked for a while now, like ever since the PM days.
Yeah, old Melee.
Yeah, and then we played in Smash 4, Link Master
Hey.
69, now Hero Master 69,
Nah, Hero Main 6042. Get it right.
6042.
Get it right, bro.
And Patrissimo, I'm pretty sure I met at like one of the very first. It was either a straight up it was either at McHenry Bowl, at one of those fair fights, or it was that first Ultimate tournament at
My first interaction with you was casuals during that first Yosemite tournament.
yeah, Yosemite Lane.
when
Shout out
Ultimate
to that place.
came out. Dude, that place. It was good for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have good memories.
Yeah.
Nowadays we have freaking best venue ever.
Gaming Hub.
Gaming
Gaming
Hub.
Hub.
That venue is so good. It's been
so
so
good.
good to us.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about it. Honestly.
Like the owner, Alex, his attitude for the esports scene is exactly what people want. Like he just wants to support the scenes, give people a place to play, let people
more
use the
so-
setups.
It's more so what we need.
Yeah,
Like for our scene more than anything.
yeah, he's sick. So what you guys been up to? I know you guys threw Smash, but I don't know.
I mean, both of us play a lot more traditional fighting games nowadays. We both play cross tag a lot.
Oh, that's right. How's that going?
Kind of dry right now. Like
Yeah.
things have just
unfortunately.
been very stagnant with cross tag recently because there's not a lot of tournaments going on, and we have a really small scene. Like literally, our scene for cross tag is me and Pat, Miracles, and then like Johnson and Solacracy. There's like 5 or 6 of us.
Have you guys
Yeah.
thought about hosting cross tag tournaments?
So we did. Prominence did.
Oh,
Providence had Smash and Tag for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There was like 2 events of Smash and Tag, and
Mhm.
it was just Smash. There's barely any cross tag.
Right.
That's not because like people aren't coming out for cross tag. It's because there's no one that really plays the game around here.
Ah,
Like if you want to play cross tag in like a bigger scene, you go to SoCal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
SoCal's
makes
actually
sense.
like the best place. NorCal has a good amount, but
NorCal
SoCal
does,
is
but-
actually where the competition is.
Yeah,
in my
SoCal.
opinion.
Isn't Neanderthal from SoCal?
I want to say Neanderthals from NorCal.
Neanderthal and then Gen D are both from NorCal, obviously, because NorCal's in Gen
NorCal
D.
Gen D.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always this is kind of what the Melee scene does nowadays. I mean, Melee scene as a whole, like nationally, carries itself because the community is so like at the top level, the community is really sick, but at local level, Melee community is suffering everywhere, and you kind of need to piggyback off Ultimate. I'm not saying that like MMS should be like a combined, but like MMS turnout for Ultimate is so good that
Yeah.
if you do, because there are plenty of other people who play other games.
oh yeah.
So but it does take more like logistical effort, but it is possible to like add games to the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know Pat, you're TO. I don't know if you've considered this or if it would just be too much, because I know multi-game tournaments are hard to run.
Yeah, I eventually do want to get around to actually hosting like at least side brackets for traditional FGs and maybe Melee. It really depends on how our community like shows itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
The
I
issue
haven't
with running
gotten-
Melee is like the CRTs.
Dude,
That's another thing. I don't have the supplies myself to do all that.
And bringing the CRTs into a place like Gaming Hub where there's already pretty limited space,
Yeah.
and the TVs are usually provided for us by them. That's
Yeah.
like the toughest part about Melee.
That's another thing.
Yeah,
I
that's always been
really-
the logistical issue too. And then also there's like the Hacks nightclub setup. You guys know about that? Where, like,
yeah.
you
I know
have the monitor Melee setups, but even that, like, you need hella resources.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need like converters and mods and all
Yeah.
that. Because
But
like,
it would be easier to do like PS4s and Xboxes or whatever. People play
Yeah, yeah.
PS4, right, for the other game?
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
FGs are
all
always
PS4.
on PS4.
Yeah.
Like the CR, like why Battlegrounds I think was so successful with Melee was because it was such an open space and there were like readily available like big spaces to put these CRTs.
Yeah.
Right.
And like Melee, like back then, you remember Melee was like way more popping than Smash 4
Yeah,
for a while.
Yeah.
Like the days of like Smash Bash, where it was like a main melee tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the days, dude.
Yeah. But dude,
miss those.
Ultimate is like super popping off. The game's
Oh,
super
yeah.
sick. I
Ultimate's
mean,
huge right now.
let
It's
people
so-
complain about what they want. The thing about, I mean, I want to talk to you guys about this. Like, Ultimate Twitter, Ultimate, I don't know, scrubby mentalities, like people complaining about stuff. As an old school FGC, coming from the deal with it, no patches generation, how do you guys feel about like people just constantly complaining and calling for patches and stuff like that? And
the biggest thing about it for me, like obviously Ultimate is a great game. I'm never gonna deny that Ultimate is not like a great, really well designed game. For me personally, there are a couple like mechanics changes that like from Smash 4 that kind of get on my nerves, but you know, like you gotta deal with it because like system mechanics aren't gonna be like patched out, you know, like especially for a game like Smash, like something like Dragon Ball that just got season 3, and there are a bunch of new system mechanics and change system mechanics.
Right.
But that's because their game is made to like change like that.
Yeah.
Smash isn't really made to change constantly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Yeah.
mechanics such as like red text, I hate red text.
What's a red tech? Oh, is
Wait.
that the untechable?
Yeah, it's the
it's when you
untechable.
get launched too fast and you hit a wall of the ground or something, and the tech effect is red, and means you can't tech it.
I mean,
I genuinely believe that just removes skill from a lot of things.
I don't know. I think to me it means you deserve to die because you get hit hard enough.
Okay, yeah, but imagine you're trying to recover and you've had really good DI and you're DIing all these like big moves and you're still living. You're at like 180 or something, and Ganon back airs you and it stage spikes you. You should be able to tech that if you're good enough.
Maybe, I don't know. I think okay, so I think this is like, I don't know. This is actually not a huge point of contention. You're the first person I've heard to say about that, but I think I'm just gonna say your complaint is legitimate. In my eyes, it's like, okay, if that's in the game, it means it means they want you to die in that situation.
That's why I don't like super trip about it, because
Right.
it's just like, you know, that's how it is.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I think,
Like I understand like why people complain about a lot of things, but sometimes, especially on Twitter, it's definitely excessive, and I'm like, shut up.
dude, yeah, Smash Twitter is the worst, man.
Smash Twitter
Oh, it's
sucks.
so fire.
And you know
But
what's crazy about Smash Twitter? Not only does it affect Twitch chat, but it also affects commentators. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna speak my mind about this. I think most Ultimate commentary is like really bad. A lot of even at the like at majors. What really irks me is at majors, there are so many like little interactions that the commentators are just not seeing because they want to give quote unquote accessible commentary. But it's like if you're giving commentary that's accessible that most like players even at a mid level kind of already understand, it means to me you're not saying anything. You're not adding anything of depth. You know. That I don't know. That's kind of how I feel.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think. Yeah, I can totally see what you mean. I think the only like super like good commentators in my eyes are the people from NDVA, so TK, EE, Coney, those kind of people.
Yeah.
D1's good.
D1's
He's
good.
super good. But like I guess the newer blood, barring Vicky Kitty, because she's been commentating since Smash 4 as well. I'm not really a fan of.
Yeah. Vicky's pretty good.
Vicky's fine. I just kind of, the thing about Vicky to me is I just don't really like her delivery all that much.
Oh really?
She sounds super fake to me. Like it sounds like she's just like kind of playing it up
Yeah, I feel
when
it. I
she's
feel
not
it.
really excited. But you know, that's just what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, she's not like a top tier commentator.
No.
You know, to me, and this has always been the case for me, whether or not they have great voices for commentary, I've always felt that top players have the best commentary just because they're seeing things that other people aren't seeing. Like, for example, I think Hungrybox is a great Ultimate commentator.
I was just about to mention him.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Really?
I disagree. I
What
think
about
Hungrybox. I think Hungrybox is a great commentator for the game he knows.
Okay.
I think his melee commentary is fantastic. I just think he sound like when he commentates Ultimate, from what I've heard, especially at something like Evo, when Zero and Hungrybox were commentating.
CEO.
Was that CEO?
Yes, it was CEO
Okay.
top 8.
Yeah, so when those two were commentating, I felt like Zero knew what he was talking about, added depth to it, and also sounded exciting about it. Hungrybox kind of just said some fluff, didn't really know what he was saying, and just kind of sounded excited.
That could be. It could be
didn't
like
sound that great to me.
It could be a comparison thing because I mean I think Zero is going to definitely have more depth.
For sure. But I just feel like in that moment, in that like set, in that time, Zero was kind of just carrying the whole time.
Yeah, there was one tournament. I don't know. It was Hungrybox and one of the girl commentators. It was either Vicky or Senpai, but I felt Hungrybox was carrying that time because he actually knew what was going on in the top players' heads. I think Hungrybox is good at seeing mentality in action. I can give him that at least.
Because that's fair.
Yeah.
That I can understand. Yeah.
But yeah,
he's a top player.
I definitely want to see like more Zero, being invited to majors. The thing about Zero though is Zero is that money fiend, So if he is
he's
better,
a streamer.
Yeah, if he's better off making YouTube videos and streaming rather than going to commentate a tournament, then I guess more power to him. But I think it would be better for the community if he went out to commentate. But I don't know. It's just that's just the nature of the game, I guess. It's all about money now.
Yeah, it's like money is a really big prerogative for content creation these days. I was just kind of like thinking about how everything used to be.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I mean, this is a welcome change. But back in the day, people were like, TOs shouldn't make money. Nowadays, I think TOs should be compensated at least.
Oh yeah,
definitely. It's really hard work.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, because I've had my fair share of TOing in the past, and for a long time, I was just like, you know what, I'm doing this for the community. I like doing it. It's great. Like I'm not tripping about ever being paid for it and chilling. Now I'm just like, I'm helping out in a tournament. I've been doing this for too long. I want money.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair because the thing is, if there's no economic engine to drive anything, this is something I've been thinking about a lot in like the past couple of weeks. If there's no economic engine to drive anything, it will just disappear. There has to be something,
some kind of monetary gain.
Yeah.
Like it sounds selfish, and it's just like
it's really not. It's just sustainability.
It's like saying like, what am I getting out of this? That sounds selfish, but it's like it's not, because like you need a driving force to continue.
Yeah, I mean, you're still using however many hours of your time.
Yeah, and your resources, your time, your effort,
8+ hours
dealing with people.
Be getting something back for that.
Yeah.
And if you're not good enough to win the tournaments, me and Pat,
hey,
you want to be able to get our share of it somehow, No, I'm not a current TO. I'm not a TO anymore. I just help. So
yeah, he's kind of
helping is good. I mean, at least you got the experience for it.
No, yeah, I just bounce around whenever they need something, questions or whatever. I usually have an answer.
Joey's usually my go-to guy for whenever I have questions for things because I'm still fairly new. I'm still learning a lot as a TO. So Joey's the first person I go to for any like questions regarding such, and he's been doing a really good job of that, and even just like doing small things like running bracket while I go like do other things if I'm like commentating or otherwise.
Yep.
Because I bounce around roles during tournaments as well, or I'm like going out. Like our last tournament, I had to go get more chairs for my own home because the gaming hub didn't have enough. So I was like, I needed people to do other things while I was gone. Dude, so it's always good to have an extra set of hands for that.
Sometimes I wish I could like pool together all the talent, create one like god organization, and then just like, have the sickest. Because the thing is, there's a lot of people in Sencal that TO or have experience TOing or like organizing events in general, and I think people have really tried collaborative stuff in the past. I think what you guys have going at MMS is a pretty strong team already. Like you got Yuri, you guys, Alan on commentary, Salzi, and whoever else runs brackets and stuff. It's a pretty strong team. Right. But there's still a lot more. There's still a lot of talent.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even on our end, there's still gonna always be room for our own improvements as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's also partially why Joey's kind of like part of our team, but also not really, because like
I'm an outlier.
He's an outlier to our little I guess organization, if it were.
Do you guys have like a Discord for your staff?
Just a group chat.
It's just a group chat.
Oh.
I guess our Discord is the CVS Discord for most anything relating to our stuff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
A group
I
chat,
honestly
is it like
don't
a
think-
Facebook group chat.
No, it's a Discord group chat.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
a-
really think a whole like Discord is really necessary for the staff because there's only like not including me. There's only 5. There's
Okay,
only
I
5
feel it, I
people.
feel it.
Yeah, it's literally it's Yuri, Pat, Vision, Salzi, and then what's his name? I forgot his
Marcus.
name. Huh?
Our buddy Marcus.
Marcus, yeah. And then me, I just kind of insert myself in there. And there's 6
Yeah.
of us in there now.
I'm like down the street from War Torn. I should get back on that stuff.
Dude, I miss War Torn.
Dude, War Torn's sick.
I was thinking about War Torn recently, and I
Really?
was like, yeah, I was like, every time I play Risk of Rain 2, there's an item called War Banner, and I just call it War Torn Front.
War Torn.
I
Yo.
call it War Torn Front.
Pat,
And
have
I'm
you ever
like,
been to War
dude.
Torn?
Huh? No, actually, that was before my time in the community.
War
Dude.
Torn was sick.
War Torn is sick.
Didn't
Yeah.
they throw all the melee players out because they smelled bad though?
No. Actually, the actual reason that the melee group like stopped using the place is actually a mystery. I actually don't know. Like they kept it. I think they were keeping it a secret for whatever reason. I think it had to do with some player like complaining about being bullied or something.
Hmm.
Unnamed player. But I think there's more to it than that. That's just what I was told. I think there's more to it. But the thing is, I don't know if that has given Melee like a bad rap with the owner. But the owner was always cool with me, and that's why one of these days I just want to walk in a War Torn and be like, "Yo, what's up? You guys still down to do like Smash stuff here?" But I don't want to just walk in and do that because they've had to deal with so many like TOs and stuff in the past,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
TOs have been in and out of the scene at War Torn that they have experience too dealing with like shady
Yeah.
TOs and
They know what's going on.
yeah. So someone with like, I don't know, it just has someone has to build a good relationship with War Torn because
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the past ones have just like fallen through.
I remember War Torn was the first like venue I went decent venue that I went to for a tournament.
Yeah.
Because the first tournament I ever went to was Smash Your Insanity at Zach Jensen's house.
Dude, shout out to Smash. Yeah, I'll never forget that. That's when I first met you and when I
Yep.
first met Jason.
Jason, yep. Because I remember back then I was a Roy main in Melee. I played Roy and I had a Sheik like the week after. Because I was like, everyone was like, you need to play a top tier, and I was like,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
play Sheik.
Yeah.
I remember, dude, that tournament was so cool. I still have a picture on my old Instagram account of the stream
Oh wow.
from that tournament. and
Yeah,
was
I
like-
remember the whose stream was it? Was it?
It was
PJ's stream?
Zach's. It was Zach's stream.
Oh, it was Zach's stream, dude. Shout out
It
to
was-
the Jensens.
The dude, literally the Twitch page was called like Zach and then like 8 numbers. I actually want to see if I can find that picture.
That's hilarious.
Hold on, it should be right here.
My actual like first tournament experience with our relative community was Let It Shine 2 during Smash 4.
Holy moly, that was a long time ago. I don't even remember you being there.
I found it.
I was in and out in the scene during Smash 4 because I came to some Fair Fights tournaments and I went to like the battlegrounds, like the couple of battlegrounds events that were like there,
Yeah.
like back in like 2015 2016, and then there was like a dry spell where I just because I never owned Smash 4 like actually, so I would just like I played the game with my friend and I knew like how the game worked because I watched a lot of VODs, and then I would go just because why not.
Uh-huh.
And then when Ultimate finally came out, I was like, oh, I have a Smash game I can play. So let's go back to tournaments again. And then
Hey,
here
Andre?
I am now.
Yeah.
So you know how I said I had that picture from Smash Your Insanity of
Uh-huh.
the stream? Hey, guess what? You're in the picture.
Oh, let's go.
I'm gonna save it and send it. It's a picture of like the screen
Uh-huh.
of just like the computer screen. And you're just in the player cam chilling.
Dude, let's go.
Look at that. That's from June 19th, 2015.
Holy moly. If I was Joe Rogan, I'd be like, yo, Jamie, pull that up.
Zach
I
890678.
I am going to show it real quick on the
On
Please.
the graphic.
podcast visuals.
Please do.
Display only. There we
Good
go.
lord.
3 viewers, dude.
Oh, there I am. Yeah, I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm playing Falcon. Of course, I'm playing Falcon.
Of course you're playing Falcon.
Is that PJ? Is that me beating PJ?
I have no idea, dude. I don't remember.
Shout
That's
out to
so
player
cool,
one
dude.
and player 2.
This is before the tournament. This is the tournament not started.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I've been in the scene for almost 5 years now.
Holy moly!
Christ,
I don't even
dude.
want to know how long I've been in the scene.
Dude,
Okay,
you've been in like for double digits now.
2004 was my first.
Yeah.
time.
Good Lord.
So 16 years.
Yeah.
That's godlike.
First time hosting. Well, I guess if you count me and Jamie hosting at our houses, that's like 2007, 2006. But first time hosting a tournament, like in a venue was I think 2013, the first PM tournament. I forgot what I called it. It was just like Central Valley PM or something like that.
God, I love PM so much, man.
Dude, PM's sick.
I still love PM so much.
We gotta have like a legacy Smash tournament where you have PM, Super Smash Flash.
Dude,
Rivals.
Smash Flash, you guys
have
have
Smash Flash
rivals?
Yo, Rivals, Slap City.
No.
Yo, Icons.
No.
Yo, Icons.
Yo, Icons? Yo, Brawlhalla?
Yo, bro. Yo, have some kind of like platform fighter expo.
Oh my god, dude, that would be so funny.
Yeah,
I would
that
do
would-
that if I could get like a one-time venue. I would run a melee smash. I would run a melee and Smash 4 bracket.
Dude, Melee, Smash 4, Brawl, PM,
PM.
Ultimate, Smash
Not even
Flash.
ultimate. Nah, no ultimate.
No, it's, oh, yeah. No,
Yo,
Ultimate.
see me in the brawl bracket, dude.
Keep it. Nah, like legit. If I could get like a one-day venue, like a venue where I can run a single event, I would run like an old school vibe tournament where it was melee, brawl, Smash 4 PM. That's what I
Yo,
would do.
Retro Smash. What about 64?
64 sick. No one would play it. Come on, no one would play it.
Make it free.
I could make it free. Also, I would need
play it if it was
setups, bro.
free.
I would need setups, and I don't have the 64 controllers to provide for a 64 bracket.
Dude.
I have a 64 setup, but I don't have good enough controllers.
Okay, guys.
Like my 64 controllers are terrible.
I have a dream.
Yeah.
Tell me your
That-
dream.
Okay, so I want to own a business. I want to have an anime studio, stuff like that.
Yep.
But
Yo.
one of these days, if I have the resources, I want to have a venue, like a gaming lounge / cafe / venue. I guess like, you know how like Disney probably has their own coffee shops, you know? They started out as an animation company. I want to make an animation company, but I want to have a venue because I still have a lot of passion for games and I want to support the scene. Like one day I just want to have a venue where people could just like organize stuff, you know?
Mhm.
And yeah, that's the dream. Like I don't know, I wish I could do that now, but it's just like
It's
that's
not
why
feasible.
that's why I always give kudos to people like you guys who are still like the ones hosting, because it's such a resource investment that I personally don't have time because I have a family to support. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's rough. Like if I was a single man, I would still be on it. You guys know I would still be on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I just wish there was more places to host things because I feel like if there were more venues, if there was like maybe one other venue around this area, I would be able to run an event, dude. I could run an event. I just
Yeah.
need the,
Hell yeah,
the
dude.
place.
What?
It'd be
Wait.
okay. Hey, I was gonna say like it'd be nice to have a change in location every now and again.
Like gaming hub's great, but you know, it's
Yeah,
nice to have
it's-
variety.
Yeah. I have a question. What happened to Play Live?
Oh,
I want to hear the
Oh,
story.
wait,
I'm sure you
I'm
guys
gonna
know
have
it.
all
Get
about
in-
that.
I'm gonna have to get into this one.
Yo,
right.
let's
All
hear it.
you.
Okay, so from the top, Playlife was started as Revival by Mr. Gregory Harris,
Yeah.
as you know. He had talked to the store owner at the time named Liam,
Uh-huh.
and they had created some kind of deal. I don't know what, but they had created a deal where on Wednesday afternoons, Greg would host Smash brackets,
Mhm.
and he promised an amount of a set amount of people would be there every week,
Mhm.
and then they would get their cut from the venue, from the venue fee and all that, and they had just a regular agreement, you know.
Mhm.
Halfway through this, couple months in, something I don't know to this day. I don't know what happened with Greg, but he said something like, "I have other endeavors or whatever. Do you want to take over this bracket for me?" this tournament series for me.
Mhm.
This would be your tournament, your solo tournament series, and I would hand it all over to you. And I'm like, dude, yes, this is what I've wanted for a long time. So I went with it. And he told me that he had talked to Liam, he had talked to everyone he needed to talk to make sure everything was in my hands at that point. And I was handling all the money and all that, and and I was like, you know what, this is good. I'll do this. And I did it for a while. I changed the name to Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going, dude. We were doing well. Like those tournaments did pretty well. Like solid 20 to 30 people consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get there one day and Liam's like, all right, you guys can't be here. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And he's like, well, corporate's talking to me and you guys got to shut down. And I'm like, okay, wait. Why did nobody talk to me? And he was like, I don't have time to explain everything right now. Go ahead and run your event today, but next week you guys can't be here.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And so I was like, no, I'm not done talking about this. I need to know what's happening. And he said, well, can you get a hold of Greg somehow? He's not answering my calls. And I'm like, no, I don't. If he's not answering you, why would he answer me? I tried to call Greg, nothing. He didn't answer anything. And it's because apparently something happened where the rightful owner of the bracket of the tournament series never got transferred over to me, and so technically everything was still in Greg's hands.
Oh
no.
But the reason why that's not the reason why they needed to shut us down. The reason why they needed to shut us down is because I didn't find this out from Liam. I had to call corporate myself. I had to talk to corporate. It's because that Play Live Nation is a company with multiple different locations and branches, and they have their own contract with Microsoft. So that means they can only make money off of Microsoft products.
That's right. I actually
crazy.
Remember
And so
mentioning that.
The fact that they were making money off of Wii U's from Nintendo, that was illegal.
Oh
that
my
was very,
God.
very illegal. And so once because I was frustrated. I was angry that Liam was telling me just to leave, just to get out and stop my tournament series. Because I'm like, this is going great. Like I'm making some kind of money off of it. Everything's working out. I have a community right now. You can't just take that away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I called corporate and they said, yeah, what you're doing is illegal and you need to stop. And if they haven't told you that, then we need to talk to them. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll stop.
Right. So it's not. It's the technically. The very first. The problem lies in the first agreement.
Yes,
Between Greg and them, it's not. It had nothing to do with you, and yet it affected you and the whole scene.
Yes.
I see.
My thoughts on it have always been something shady happened between Liam and Greg, because I know for a fact Wednesdays were their slowest days at Play Live. Wednesdays were very slow. So my idea is that Greg approached Liam with an idea to make some money, and Liam said, oh, if I don't tell corporate, I can make a quick buck off of this. And so he went with it and never
nutty.
called corporate. Literally, when I had called corporate that day, they said they have no idea what I am and what my series was, and it wasn't on their schedule. Because they have everything scheduled out for all their different locations. But my events weren't on schedule. I don't know how often you ever went to them, Andre.
I went twice, I think.
Okay, so, and I know Pat never went, but I know other people that went consistently, like Miracles and Jumps. They could advocate. There was a long stretch of time because they had TVs up on top for advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, I was saying, hey, shouldn't we have a slide up there to advertise our series, since we're like one of the main events around here now, since we're like one of the biggest events? Like we had more people come to our events than any of their like Fortnite stuff.
That's crazy.
And Liam was like, oh yeah, totally. Just go ahead and make a slide that matches our style and all that. Email it to me and I'll make sure to get it up. And me and Jumps actually spent a couple days designing a slide, and we did a pretty good job on it. I don't know. I don't have it anymore. He probably has it. And I had emailed it to Liam, and he never replied to my email. He never said anything about it. And then the next time I'd seen it, I was like, "Hey, did you get my email? I sent you the slide. I'm really hoping it can go up." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get started on that soon." It never went up, ever, because it wasn't allowed. It was illegal.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I have a question. Isn't Tracy's Fully Charged hosting at a Play Live?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea. I could look that up though.
If they are, then I would imagine Fully Charged is a much bigger thing, and they must have come to some kind of agreement that works.
Yeah.
out.
Okay. So what we're saying here is that it's the initial agreement at the Modesto place that was not clean.
Mm-hmm. Another thing to keep in mind about the location we were at is we were in. It was just a location in the mall. PlayLive has their own stores like in plazas.
Oh right.
But ours was just a mini center at the mall. So it was smaller, a lot less things to worry about, and a lot less communication.
I see.
So I'm like, that happened, and if I hadn't decided to call corporate that day, I could have gotten into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because of Liam and Greg.
So good on you for making that call and like getting out of that situation. It's unfortunate.
It was sad to go. It was sad to see it go.
Yeah, but it had nothing to do with you. You know, It was out of your control. That sucks.
Yeah, it's I miss it. I do, but oh well. You know, I'd rather not have it and not be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Just like it was such a fun time though. Revival was so fun.
I mean, you know, actually, I have a story to tell you guys.
Okay.
The very, very first venue in Modesto was called the Gaming Edge in 2006. So they opened up and they had like brand new, like, I don't know, they were just like Xboxes and PS3 had just come out. I don't know, Xbox 360. I don't even know if 360 was out yet. I think it had just come out. And then they had Wii. I don't know. They just had a bunch of. It was just really casual, and then they had a very first like tournament for Melee that they hosted in house, and it was like Hyrule Temple like timed, like it was just really horrible. And then Jamie walked in, and he was like, "Hey, there's some actual rules. Can I help host the next Melee tournament?" And
Right, Jamie Plata.
Yeah, Jamie Plata. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So he was the first Smash TO in Modesto. And so he like the venue was sick. It was super loungy. It's pretty much way before its time, like 2006, but it's like what we have now with Gaming Hub, basically.
Wow.
It was sick, and basically the same setup. Like nowadays, it's a lot. Gaming Hub can be a lot more sustainable because every kid's playing Fortnite or League of Legends or whatever, they're Apex or whatever they're playing now. Back then, it was just like you pay to play, and it's like Xbox games that your kid probably doesn't have, you know. So it I'm sure that place, if it opened up now, would be sustainable. But back then, it was pretty tough. Anyways, we had like 3 or 4 Melee tournaments there. And like NorCal was coming down. They were like, hey, this is a great tournament, great venue. And then, so what the store decided to do, I think it was right when Xbox 360 came out, actually. They actually sold a bunch of stuff to get like TVs and 360s set up. And then they actually moved venues from a really nice place on Standiford to like this small, like right across from MJC, like the second floor of a tattoo parlor, like smelled like cigarette smoke. Like it was just horrible. And they hold 2 tiny rooms, and they just moved their sign, the Gaming Edge, from the original venue to the new one. And NorCal came down, and we had like this 9-man tournament. And we were basically like, okay, yeah, we're never coming back here again. So it just sucks when the reason I'm giving that story, because this is 2006, but it just sucks when the business decisions of the business owner affect the community, and like not good decisions. I mean, that's on a completely whole nother level. That's low-key what happened with Battleground. I mean, high-key what happened with Battleground, you know?
Yeah.
It's straight up the owners.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yo.
I heard about that. When the owner took out $50K from Battlegrounds to bail himself out? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Good
Yo,
God.
what was he, the bearded bandit?
Yeah, the bearded bandit. He had 7 cases of unarmed robbery.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
the bearded bandit.
He's the sticky bandit, dude.
I'm
Oh
looking
my
this up now.
God.
Yo, the bearded bandit is a legend in the Modesto Smash scene.
I remember, dude. I remember when we were doing Battleground stuff, and I was hosting events at Battlegrounds 3 times a week.
Yeah, dude.
Because
3
we
times
we had Sunday events, we had Friday events, and Wednesday events.
Yeah, dude, that was so sick, dude. I was playing against Spark in every grand finals like
Yep.
3 times a week.
In Smash 4 and Melee.
Yeah, Smash 4 and Melee, and we held up every bracket because we were always in grand finals.
Dude, remember when Chokinator was the #1 on 3 different PRs at the
Dude.
same time?
Those were the days, dude. I remember leaving Battleground one time like with $250. I'm like, this is pretty sick.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, #1 Melee, Falcon player. #1 Smash 4, Falcon player. #1 PM, Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
And Ness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Ness.
Your
Shout out to
PM
Ness.
Ness was sick, dude.
Yo, I'm gonna be teaming with Jumps again, and we're gonna try Lucas Ness.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
down.
gonna be fun. I'm gonna learn
so
some
down to see
Ness.
that.
I'm gonna learn some Palu, and I'm gonna learn some Ness.
Ness ain't hard, my guy.
Yeah, it seems easy. I mean, comparatively every almost every character in Ultimate seems easy. There are some hard ones that seem fun, but I just don't have time.
I think there are a couple like genuinely difficult characters in
Yeah,
Ultimate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Peach Daisy, Joker.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you
Sheik.
can argue Young Link.
Young Link can definitely be hard if you make him hard.
Yeah.
You have either the option
Make him
to
hard?
go. Yeah, you either have the option to go for all these like good setups, so you like optimal combos and damage, or you can just spam your face on Nair.
I mean, he's only 10 years old. Why would you want to make him hard?
He's actually he's actually 8.
That's even worse.
Yo, this is gonna get me demonetized.
Yeah, he's actually
I'm calling
8.
the police. I gotta go.
Right now. No, he's
Alright.
9 because adult Link is 16.
Okay, but that doesn't make it better.
I'm ready.
Shut up.
Okay, let's get off this topic. I'm ready for the dislikes on YouTube, the unsubscribes. I'm ready
Oh, you just hit 1K and
for
you're
that
back
one
to-
joke. Yeah.
It's all Joey's fault.
Oh,
No, it's my
man.
fault. It's my fault.
It's all Joey's fault. I don't know. What you mean.
Man.
But anyway, like Ken, low key.
Oh yeah, all the shadows.
The
are
Shotos
Yeah.
are
Ice climbers.
ICs are actually difficult as hell in this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like skill ceiling stuff that I mean,
Yeah.
Ultimate's been out for what almost like a
year and a
more
half.
than
Just
a
a
year.
little over a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're still not seeing people like a lot of people. I think people are still playing easy mode. But usually in the
Alright.
long run, people will warm up to the high execution characters, and they will start like rising in popularity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like no, honestly, if MK Leo plays a character, they'll rise to popularity.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
true.
tier list.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, shoutouts to some dummy characters like Game and Watch. I actually fought against
Game
Game
and
and Watch
Watch.
yesterday. Yo, that
Shout outs
character.
to Avatar.
Yo, that's
The Avatar
actually
state.
like he's like one of the most annoying characters in Ultimate, but the whole Avatar thing makes me like him.
Oh,
It's so funny.
The Avatar state.
He has all the elements, dude.
He does.
He actually does.
Wait, which
Yeah.
one's water? Is it Nair?
Water's
Yeah,
there.
Nair, because
Yeah.
it's a fishbowl.
What's
Water-
funny is that all the moves are good. All the Avatar
Oh,
moves.
I don't even think Game & Watch has a bad move other than
No,
up tilt.
he's so
Up
good.
tilt's the only bad move.
Yeah.
Even that has some use.
Dude,
Maybe.
Game Watch is so good.
There are a lot of like so easy. There's a lot of really easy characters in Ultimate that are
Yeah.
also so good.
Yeah.
They're-
I don't.
yeah.
You know, one character people say is so difficult that I just don't get it. I just don't understand why people say that the rats are hard. I don't see it.
Oh, yeah, they don't seem too hard.
Pikachu and Pichu, I don't see it at all.
Yeah, it's just like links and loops. That's really it. But other than that, the neutrals seems fairly easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
like people say like Pichu's lightning loops are so difficult. I disagree.
No, yeah, I think like as of right now in the current meta, nothing comes close to Peach Daisy from what I've seen. Like that character,
Yeah,
like
pretty
doing
much.
a RAR low back air and then instantly like fast falling after it. That looks really hard.
Oh yeah, those like Peach and Daisy actually have execution barrier.
Yeah, that's like 4 directional inputs in a split second. Like
I think Joker is also really difficult just because you have to know what you have to do with him. Like if you don't know what's going, like what you're supposed to, like what your game plan is with Joker and how to execute it all, you're not really gonna be that successful with him.
Mhm.
But to be fair, the hardest character in the game though is definitely Hero. Like, come on.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Dude, you have to have good RNG, and that's hard.
Yeah, dude, you have to like be able to like read spells and like react. Come on, man.
In other languages if you travel.
In other languages, yeah.
That's why Joey has this game in Japanese.
I do currently have my game in Japanese.
Wow.
Shout
I
out
do
to
want.
Yusha.
I genuinely want to learn like what the spells are called in other languages and like what to look for.
You know,
I'm trying-
I've talked
Go
about
ahead.
this in several podcasts, but like, there's so many characters that are underexplored that could be really good, and it's really up to the community, Discord communities and
Definitely.
stuff, like people on YouTube, to really expand those characters, like arsenals, because we're still seeing. I mean, I think it's gonna be like this for a really, really long time because Ultimate's still a young game. Plus, there's so many characters, and the game's fairly balanced in comparison to past Smash games. Like, there are a lot of characters who are just single-handedly carried by one person. Like, look at T Pac-Man. Like,
Oh yeah.
no one comes close by
Well,
a mile,
Shinji.
right? I don't know who's that. Who's that? Is he Japanese?
Shinji's no, he's American. He's
Oh,
from Florida, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He gets
He's
like
like
placings and
second
stuff. He's
best.
good.
Yes, he hasn't been traveling much recently,
Oh, okay.
but Shinji's been like a Pac-Man one trick since Smash 4.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
And
Okay.
he used to. I think he got like 17th at SmashCon in Smash 4 once.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I do remember that. I do remember
He
a
was
Pac-Man
actually
placing.
he was very strong at one point.
He was so good,
Yeah.
dude.
But even that, it's like, okay, there's two, you know, like
Mhm.
like there's like so many like Jokers or whatever, Palutinas, just because people gravitate towards characters that like they feel strong. But I think I did talk about this in past podcasts too, where like being a loyalist is kind of a gamble, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
you are pushing the character to their limit, and you're discovering stuff that other people don't know, and but you don't know how much of it is people being unfamiliar with the matchup or you just being really good and making the character better. But I think in today's current meta, like being a loyalist is pretty optimal because like nobody knows how strong characters actually are right now. Like a lot, especially the underused ones. Like I feel like Banjo's pretty good. You know, I feel like Terry's pretty good. Like a lot of the DLCs haven't been fully explored. And then there's like sleeper characters like Pac-Man. I think people, because they've seen T and Shinji, like they can see what the potential is, but no one's hopping on them either because they're just not popular or they're ugly or whatever. Like for whatever reason, you know.
Ugly.
Ugly.
That's
bro.
the only reason I don't play Game and Watch. I think he's super ugly.
I've been seeing a lot of people putting Pac-Man in like top tier nowadays.
I mean, yeah, just
Yeah.
because they're seeing like how silly the stuff can be.
To be fair, top tier in this game is like 20 characters.
Yeah. Because see, nobody knows. No, like the thing is, a game takes a long time unpatched. A game needs a long time unpatched for you to see the truth, right? Because Smash 4. I bet if Bayo wasn't released, like I don't think Cloud would have been number one. I think you still would have needed the game would have needed some time to really know. Like, is it Cloud? Is it Diddy Kong? Who knows?
I think it could have been Diddy.
It could have been Diddy, yeah. But I think because Bayo was so broken, like people didn't have time. I think with Ultimate, it's gonna take such a long time. Plus, the game's gonna continue being patched for a long time, so we don't really know. So I actually think character loyalty right now is super optimal.
I think that's a very good point, actually.
Nobody has faith in the Mii's, boy. Come on. Give my
sword
man Mii
fighters.
sword fighter, dude.
Dude, I believe. I mean, if anyone, like, the thing is, first of all, you gotta be good enough to recognize where you can get better in general as a Smash player, but also work out the kinks of your perceived weaknesses of your character. Like it just takes time. Like I feel like DDD is probably decent, right? Because I was playing him, I did really well at the last monthly, and actually, I think I'm not sure if I did the best out of the DDDs, but there were several DDDs there, which was funny. This guy who main DDD, I told him, yo, I've been only playing this character for 4 days, and he's like, what? That's crazy. But see, at least I trusted in my learning process. I learned pretty fast. I still think he's my strongest character, but the only reason I quit DDD is because it was annoying to deal with his weaknesses, right? So I could stick with him and tell myself, okay, I can just deal with his weaknesses, and that's fine. I could just work out the kinks, and he still has some really strong aspects. Like he's super heavy, has a great fast fall, has some really huge range and kill power, and really easy ledge trapping setups, stuff like that. Like a lot of his stuff is good. But he got hard bodied by like Samus and Wii Fit because they do this circle camping thing where they just throw projectiles from the corner. A lot of characters can deal with that, but DDD is really bad at dealing with it. So I was just like, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna play something else. But if I had, if I wanted to stick to the character, I could, and I can probably master those matchups. I think, like, for me to like be a DDD main, that would be the optimal thing. But the thing is, I was never committed to that character in the first place, so
Yeah.
it's just a matter of like people being dedicated to that character and then working out all the kinks. Like you rarely see that nowadays because people are always gonna like, kind of have these character crises and kind of tier 4 and stuff like that. But I still think it's like really sick for people to stick with a character, learn all the ins and outs, and then only switch or even consider picking up different characters like after a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is kind of honestly what you're describing is like the opposite of how I choose characters.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude. I switch mains every other fucking week, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Legit. Right now, I consider myself hero and sword fighter.
Right.
But for a long time, I played Link, and I played Young Link, and I played Wolf and Mario, and I've been playing a bunch of Doc lately. Like
he played Richter or Simon.
I played Simon for a minute.
Ridley.
I played Ridley for a minute. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm not saying that's bad either because I mean, I pick characters for what I like in their tools. Like I started King K. Rool because he was really simple, and then I quit for a long time, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get back into this, and I picked up. I forgot who I picked up first. I think it was Donkey Kong, right? I picked up Donkey Kong because I was like, okay, his F tilt is really far and really fast. Turned out I was some stuff I didn't like, so I picked DDD, who also had a really, really crazy F tilt and reached really far, and it was disjointed. And then I switched characters because I was like, okay, I don't want to deal with this. I played Falco for a little bit, didn't want to deal with it, picked Falcon. Now I see some weaknesses, so now I want to pick Palutena. So I'm like, just going up the tier list and figuring out. But the thing is, I'm discovering it by playing.
Yeah.
Right.
But eventually, I do think players should have a main. I mean, it's just a basic.
Of course, yeah.
I think there are people who don't need it per se. Like people like Parker, he's just picks whatever he wants and he has good fundamentals and he's gonna play. But I think maybe one reason Parker doesn't win tournaments is because he doesn't have a single main. I think having a single main, at least for an extended period of time to work out all the kinks, is what wins tournaments because they just, even if the character is mid-tier or whatever, if they're better like as a player than everyone else locally, they're still going to win.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like any character can win things as long as you're good enough with the character or good or better than your opponent.
Yeah. And so that's why I get really annoyed when everyone is like complaining about stuff in Smash. Like, yeah, it's okay to complain. It's okay to see things that you don't like. It's totally valid. But like at the end of the day, complaining doesn't make you better. And I want to see people like actually working to like get past the things that they complain about instead of just complaining, Yep. Like I never complain about anything in Smash, especially nowadays. If something's broken, I'm like, okay, I'll use it. It is what it is. Like I'm down,
I'm the exact opposite.
Really?
I complain about the game. That's why I quit. I was like, if I'm just gonna complain, I'm just gonna quit. So I did.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I don't hate the game for what it is because I think the game and our community in and of itself is great in a lot of aspects. I mean, our community obviously isn't without its flaws. But the one thing that just turned me off from the game was that there were like just minor things that just kept eating away at me and the fun of the game for me.
I mean, that's totally fair. I mean, it's just like picking a character. Picking a game is just like picking a character. You just want to do what you like at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I only like Roy in that game, and it makes me sad when newer characters come out that I'm like, oh, I like this character's design. Like with Hero, I like Hero a lot, gameplay wise, except for movement. If it's not Roy movement, it's not something I like.
Speaking of Roy. Did you guys see the top 35 PGR 35 PGR players making a tier list, like average tier list? Did you guys see that one?
I didn't even know that was a thing actually.
So there was a tier list where I think 35 PGR players did character ratings and then they averaged it. And I think to me, it's at least at the top 3 or so tiers. It's probably one of the most accurate tier lists I've ever seen. I think there are some problems with it just because of unfamiliarity. Like, for example, everyone in SenCal knows that Lucas is pretty good, right? Just because we've seen jumps, we've seen Lucas's Zare, we've seen all the stuff he can do. But, like, the PGR players don't really see it just because they haven't seen the top Lucas yet. But I think the character
If there
definitely has
are any.
potential. Yeah, the character definitely has potential to be really, really good, right?
Oh yeah,
We've all seen it. But so
dude,
I think,
I want Lucas to be just as good as he was in Smash 4, top tier.
yeah. And I think it's just an unfamiliarity thing, but I think the PGR, at least for like the higher tiers, is really accurate. But the thing is, speaking of Roy, they actually have Roy as the second highest Fire Emblem, like below Lucina. They have Lucina as the highest Fire Emblem character, and then Roy. What do you guys think? Is he better than Marth and Chrom and?
I don't really think it's fair to put. There are reasons why Roy and Chrom could differ in placement, but I think it's too few and far between. I don't really think one of them is better than the other. But in terms of, is Roy better than the other FE characters other than Lucina? Probably yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually think so quite a bit.
Because I don't think Marth is anything special in this game.
Yeah,
Just because I
agree.
think Lucina completely outshines him, and Marth is pretty inconsistent, and Lucina just gives you better reward.
Yeah, I think the game
Like
mechanics,
Marth isn't bad.
Yeah, I think the
He's
game
just
mechanics don't favor Marth because like
Yeah.
it's so hard to tip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then like Ike kind of like super fell off. Ike is still good. Ike still has a lot of
Yeah.
strengths.
It's unfortunate. I
it's
wanted
just-
Ike to be like top tier.
The thing
I think
is,
Ike is like the definition of a one button neutral.
Yeah, I think people.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, people will favor speed. I like the thing about people like moving off of slow characters, which I'm guilty of. Like I moved off DDD, even though I think DDD's fine. But people just like pressing buttons. It's just part of the fun of Smash.
It's also the shift in like the game engine from Smash 4, making it like fast and
Yeah.
almost every
I mean,
aspect.
they allow you to press buttons faster,
it
even though
it
it's not
incentivizes
necessarily
it
better.
almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like in terms of the other Fire Emblem characters, Roy is definitely better than Marth, Ike, Corrin, Byleth,
Poor
Right.
Corrin.
Robin. Is that it? I think that's it.
Shout out to Fire Emblem.
Shout outs to Fire Emblem.
Dude, shout outs to Fire Emblem. Please give us another Fire Emblem rep. I actually
I'm
Give me
want
down.
one.
Lynn.
I'm so
Give me
down.
Lynn.
It's not gonna. Lynn's in the game, you dummy.
Okay,
Give me-
but take her out and put her back in.
Nope.
Give me Edelgard.
Yo!
So I've never
I'll
even
take
played
Edel.
the game. I just like her costume.
I'll take Edelgard.
Give me Hilda.
Edelgard has a great design.
Give
so
me
does
give me Hector.
Yo, give me Hector, please. Oh, Hector's actually like my favorite lord.
Give me
He's
Lorenz.
so cool.
Dude, I'm down. I have enjoyed every single DLC character. Like I would complain about Byleth if I didn't think she was super cute. So
Byleth is adorable, and I love her. She's not very good, but
Yeah.
I love her.
yeah, the whole
I
Byleth
think-
not being good thing is like, what's whatever to me. Like
Yeah, like oh well, like I don't really care that she's
If-
not good. I still like playing her.
I
they're
actually
fun,
think
that's-
she is good against Game and Watch.
Wow.
I actually think, dude, what can Game & Watch do to her? Like, well, the thing is, okay, the thing about Game & Watch that is really silly, right, is that forward air and up air cover so much space for free, but it's not horizontal space. Like the characters with like horizontal reach can actually beat Game & Watch. That's why DDD is actually fine against Game & Watch, in my opinion.
I can see that.
I think Byleth kind of like has a kit to beat him. That's why
That's
Leo did
fair.
it.
Alright. Well, also Leo is Leo.
Yeah, Leo's kind of a
Leo-
meme.
Like
Leo's a
Leo
memer,
can
dude.
play any character and just do well, probably.
Yeah.
And it's
Shut-
it's another Fire Emblem character that he can play well. Like, come on.
I think this is the thing that I think Leffen took a look at it for a while, and there's some like content creators on YouTube who do this, but people who like look really closely at Leo's play and look at the things that he's doing better than anyone else. Like when I see him play, it just looks like the perfect gamer. He like
Perfect
all of his
gamer.
decision making is like so like exquisite. Like it's so good. Like everything he throws out is safe, even though he's still committing to the attack, and yet it's still safe. He has reads, he has reactions, like he just is really well rounded. Like a lot of top players, you can see why they lose, and MK Leo, because he's always winning, it's really hard to pinpoint weaknesses if there are any in his game. And I think when people talk about Smash, like people talk so much about characters that I think they're missing the point. I think if you need to get with the times and see that MK Leo was broken, and people should try to reverse engineer their game off of like watching the top players. Leo's too good.
Leo's too good,
He's
dude.
so good.
He can
And
play
that's-
hero at a major for all I care. And
Oh, yeah.
do well.
Dude,
See, that's the big reason, because like everyone said Joker was like top 1, right, or top
Yeah.
2 even. And I always thought Joker was at most top 5 because Leo was broken, not the character. Because like Arsene himself was like silly. Pre-patch Arsene was silly.
Yeah.
Now it's a little tuned down. I don't know all the details myself, obviously, because I don't play the game. I'm not that involved. But from when I was still mildly involved around the time Joker came out, and I saw like I was like, okay, he's just Sheik, but gains a kill option at a certain point. That was like the easiest way I could put it for myself, and the way I could describe it to others.
Dude, you know what's really interesting is that how many characters are affected, because there's a lot of characters in the game that are just resource management. Like a lot of the characters can get really buffed just simply by like improving or like either nerfing or buffing the timers. Like Cloud got buffed pretty significantly just because they changed the limit timer. And then I think Rosaluma, I don't know if the timer was changed in this game or in previous games in Smash 4, but like
I believe Luma comes back slightly faster in this game than she did in Smash 4.
Right, and that's like a big deal, you know, just simple resource management changes, like something like Samus's charge shot charging faster. I don't know if that was ever changed, but something like that makes a big difference. And it's surprising to me how much like resource management matters in this game as opposed to other characters. Like Hero, MP. Literally, MP, yeah. I personally don't like resource management characters, so I wouldn't play them. That's one of the reasons another reason I want to play Palu, because I don't have to worry about stuff like that.
You don't have to manage back air.
Yeah,
that's not
hell yeah. Shout out to back. I love that move.
Shout out to back air, dude. I liked Palu for quite a while.
Dude, I want to see the hitbox on back air.
Real quick, on a separate note, I want to give a shout out to my man's Jumps, because he just told me he just got accepted to San Jose State.
Oh, sweet!
That is so sick. I saw that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So he's real happy. Proud
That's
of that
so
guy.
good for him. I'm so happy.
Dude, Jumps is the homie, man. He's been helping me out a lot.
Yeah, shout out to Jumps, because Jumps is consistently like one of the nicest, coolest people in our community.
Yeah.
To literally everybody.
Like he's one of the nicest guys in the community. He's one of the best players in our community, while at the same time having all of his aspirations for college and work and school, and also having time for his projects.
Yeah. He's
his personal projects. It's great.
Yeah,
he takes care of himself too. Like he takes care of his body and his mental state as well.
Get you a man that does it all.
Yeah,
we could all learn from Jumps.
Honestly, we could all learn from Jumps and Ivan.
Ivan's funny, dude. Ivan's called me yesterday.
Ivan's great.
Ivan's goofy, man.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
He just earlier, like this morning, he just messaged me a random picture, and I was like, "Why?" And then he just doesn't respond.
Dude, Ivan actually asked me for coaching in Melee.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to play Melee.
Nah, me and Ivan play, like, it's been a while, but here and there, me and Ivan we'll play PM.
Dude, for real? Dude, PM's
sick.
Yeah, he's just a Fox player and everything. And it's like, yeah, let's play PM Fox, and I'm like, thank you. I like playing against Fox's Roy. It's very nice.
I want to host something someday where it's just like I coach people, you know?
Do it.
I just want to make people better.
Do it at my local, our local.
Dude, I'm down. What? Like, how should I do
it? Well, I could for one put it up in the announcements for the Discord.
Maybe do like 30-minute sessions for like a flat fee.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so down to do that, man.
Like at the local, maybe just like have like a sign-up sheet or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like with time schedules.
Yeah.
And anyone who wants to just puts their name down for the time schedule they want, and then for that half-hour block, you just teach them some stuff.
Dude, I do it for free.
That too.
You'll do it for free?
I do it for free, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still have my art stuff there anyway, but like coaching,
True, yeah.
I'll do coaching for free. I'll sit down with people and help them get better.
Bro, if you do that, if you do that for free, I'll get in on that, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'll get some coaching.
Yeah.
How do I get better RNG, Chokinator?
Chokinator Sensei?
There is actually a better way to get RNG. You want to know how?
Can you do
Top
like
deck.
speedrunner-esque RNG manipulation?
No, no. But basically, you just spam it as much as possible.
Yeah, just top deck everything.
Yeah, the more chances you give yourself, the more chances. That's why Peach constantly pull out turnips.
So I'm just gonna keep top decking Kamikaze.
Yeah.
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 That's how you do it. Like you want frame perfect RNG. You just want to spam it frame perfect.
My one of my proudest moments in Ultimate was actually like I think I won a set with Kamikaze.
Really?
I think it was it
We
at
both
Smash Attack?
no. It was at MMS. We both did the same thing, like one tournament after each other. We were playing against different people. Like when I did it, I was playing as Tank, the Game Watch player, and I hit him with Crackle, and then I jumped forward while he was stuck in the ice, and I just hit Kamikaze, and I won the set off of
Dude,
it.
Hero's hilarious.
Pat did the same thing to someone else the next tournament.
I honestly think, in my eyes, Hero is like the most hype character.
Oh, he's so funny.
He's so hype. I'm really happy that Chelsea uses him now. Dude, you remember in the doubles? I don't know. I think you guys were watching, but when I was playing doubles against Chelsea's Hero, and I spit out, I think it was Bang or something, and I swallowed and spit it. Yeah, one of those. That was so hype.
Dude, Hero is so fun. I love him so much.
One of the most fun, like even like casual and like competitive characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that the Ben Hero banter is over.
Mm-hmm.
I was so tired of that. Like, it's
Yeah.
Like I understood why, but it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's like who cares? You know,
Like whatever, dude.
like
There's one singular hero made in the world, and he's not very good. His name's Salem.
yeah, and yeah, I mean,
Nah,
is,
bro,
like,
Parappa, bro.
I can see why people like ban wobbling nowadays. Like banning wobbling is like a trend now, and I can see it being okay for health of the game. But
I think I actually agree with that as well.
Yeah,
I think
I'm okay with
banning
it.
wobbling is okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like if
'Cause
Ultimate had an infinite, I would okay with like first of all they're gonna patch it out, but also I'm okay with like banning it if it's game breaking, right? Or just super not fun. Like Marvel keeps infinites just because they're pretty sick.
And they're hard to do too.
Yeah, wobbling. I'm okay with banning wobbling, but banning
the other thing,
Hero's hype. Like why would you ban? Why would you ban a character that's hype?
Like something like banning wobbling, it also incentivizes the other tools that the ICs have, like handoffs.
I agree.
And I think handoff combos in Melee are pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean they have. I mean, as an ICs main, I can tell you that like they have way more than even just handoffs. They have like tons of regrab stuff. They have grab mix-ups.
Yeah, and like
tons of crazy stuff.
If wobbling gets banned, not only does it make the game healthier, it also means that there's more like actual.
Yeah,
Ice Climbers could actually be an entertaining character.
Yeah, 100%. They will be entertaining.
Better for the spectators.
That's why I'm pro ban. Like, as a competitor, I think banning wobbling like doesn't make sense. But as a spectator and as a fan of the game, banning wobbling does make sense. So we're in the meta now where like you can change the rules just to make the game more entertaining. So I'm okay with that.
I think Melee at the very top level, at like I think Melee is still in a super good spot, and I'm really glad that it is, because Melee is one of the. I still think to this day Melee is one of the best competitive esports to watch.
Oh yeah,
alone.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like you know how much power HBox has. Like he literally could kill the game and could have many times, just because the fact that Hungerbox loses, I think Hungerbox losing sometimes has kept Melee alive.
Yeah.
Hungerbox is doing two different things with the game, and it's his entire dynamic currently as the best player in the world. Like how like you said, it's killing the game, and then it at the same time revives the game when he loses.
Yes,
I think that is so good. I actually think it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
To see the crowd like Armada was number one.
Dude, Armada's the best, the greatest of all time.
Armada is so sick.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that he retired, but there's a good reason why.
The arms race at the top of Melee right now is actually super close. I think Zane has a trajectory. I think Zane is probably going to be the best by the end of the year, but we'll see.
Zane is so good. I have a lot of faith in Zane. I'm a big Axe fan too.
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate for Axe. He's seems to have been in a bit of a slump recently, but I think he'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Really soon. And who else? Isn't Plup on the rise again as well?
Well, yeah, because he got second at Summit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, they're all so close, which is crazy because Hungerbox still is like the most consistent. But like the arms race is just so close at the top level. Like Hungerbox will still lose pretty often.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
I would like to point out it is 4:00 and I got to get ready for work here soon, so I'd like to wrap up a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it was cool talking to you guys. Like I said, it's super chill. We just
the
thing is, the reason is because you know how like after events, you just sit at In and Out and you could just talk about Smash forever.
Oh, yeah.
Or talk about
Yep.
the scene. That's why I like the podcast, because it's like, I mean,
Feels like that, yeah.
yeah, it feels like that. I just want to talk forever about this kind of stuff. But also, I mean, I've been looking to have different types of people on the podcast. But yeah, as of right now, like all my homies are Smash community, and they're all down with the podcast. So whoever wants to be on here is totally
Hey
welcome.
man, it's a fun thing. I actually like this quite a lot.
Yeah,
I have a suggestion of a couple people you could have on actually.
sure, I'm down.
If you want something a little bit like outside the realm of Smash and more general, just 209 or like Sencal community, you could have Johnson, Joel Johnson. He's a BB tag player from around here. You could have Slackeracy, aka Dylan. He's also a BB tag player.
Oh, shout out! Yeah, I know that guy.
And then you could also have Flurp or Austin. He's a uni player.
Okay, just give him.
And Jose, always have Jose too.
Jose, yeah,
Oh,
Deerskin.
you know what? Actually, Jose and Luke were on the podcast a long time ago.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah, like
Was that
Yeah,
recent?
those two are great. I love this. I love this too.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jose and I, man.
You
Jose's
could
a
have
con.
you could have Jose and Tim on here as well. Tim is also really cool.
Dude, Tim
Yeah.
is my boy. Shout out to
Street Fighter
Tim.
player.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm looking to have a little bit more female presence as well. I want to have some artists on. Yeah, just if you guys have any suggestions, just hook them up, give them my contact, and link them to the channel too, and have them sub, because you know I'm losing subs over that Young Link joke.
I see that the numbers are going down already, Choke.
No.
You're getting canceled.
No, you're getting canceled.
Yo, cancel culture, cancel me, daddy.
Oh no!
Don't ask.
Oh
for
no!
that.
Don't ask for it. You're gonna get it.
Don't kink shame me. Canceling is my kink, dude.
Oh, good lord!
All right, guys. No, that was fun. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I will talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you guys also at the monthly. And,
We'll see you at
yeah.
MMS.
All right.
Sure, bro.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.